Stone Nation. This is the Herb Money Talk Show with your host, K Weed, aka Smoke Good, aka Turkey Bag in the building, about to make a million, aka Eagle Bag, aka K20, aka Captain K Weed, aka I'm on my grind shit, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first episode of Money Herb Talk, Stoner Nation style. Yo, this is the first episode, man. I wanted to say welcome to everyone who's tuned in. First off, I want to talk about myself and where I come from and what made me decide to start this show and what made me decide to strive for financial independence. Uh, First off, my name is Kelsey. That's my real name. But all my AKAs, you already know. Uh, I come from Carson, California. Yeah, right next to Compton and Long Beach. If you want to know the Pacific, and I'm 38 years old, and I'm married with one kid. Now, let me talk about my history of jobs. In my last job, I worked everywhere from UPS to FedEx, from FedEx to Pinkerton Security, from Pinkerton Security to Macy's, from Macy's to Olive Garden, Olive Garden to Rainforest Cafe, Rainforest Cafe to Panda Inn, Panda Inn to Yakion, back to Panda Inn. And Panda Inn was my last job I've ever worked for. Like, job. Now, working is something totally different. I believe in hard work, but I don't believe in a 9 to 5 job. And I'll tell you why. Reason being is because you don't want to waste your good years. You don't want to waste your good years uh just working for somebody else. Cause you'll be getting them rich, and you just be having pennies, waiting for your 401k, 35, 40 years for a 401k. Now, let's get into a 401k. What is a 401k, ladies and gentlemen? I'm asking y'all, what is a 401k? Or question yourself, what is a 401k? Because evidently it's supposed to be what people are striving for. But I don't think it's something good to strive for, because really what it was made up. And I want to say 1967. It was the Iverson Act, and it was pretty much for employers who could not pay their employees, especially when they retire. They couldn't pay their medical bills when they retired, so they had to put away, to put together something where they could put away their money so they could have, they could pay for their medical bills. Pretty much what it is now. Uh, Mostly all the older people who did not invest, they're sitting here paying for their medical bills, man, with their retirement. And to me, that's a goddamn shame. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It shouldn't even be like that. It should be the total opposite. If you put in hard work, you work for a job your whole life, your 401k should not be paying for all your medical bills. But that's how most of it goes, man, and it's pretty sad. Now, this almost could pertain to older people. What I'm talking about, I know I'm jumping around everywhere, but that's just the way I am. Older people, man, are the most entrepreneurial people in the world as we live today, because they got to go back to work, man. The retirement it ain't enough money. Plus, Social Security ain't enough, and Social Security eventually gonna run out. So it's like, man, what you gotta do to really survive and to really be wealthy with generational wealth will be assets and assets, no liabilities. Assets bring money in continuously. Liabilities take money out. So, for example, an asset will be stocks. You know, stocks, bonds, treasury notes, as well as even horses, man. Horses is an asset. Houses can be a asset when you're selling a house more than what you bought it for. That's an asset. But if you're just selling the house just to get your money back, or you selling the house less than what you bought it for, that's a liability. Now, liabilities is what takes money out of your pocket, man. So credit cards, cars, cars right off the lot, because you lose 25% of the car once you drive it off the lot. That's it. 25% of the value once you drive it off the lot. So think about that. That's already a quarter of it. So in fucking a few months, it'll be half of the value that you bought that car for. Now, old school whips are assets because they're worth more money than what you probably gonna buy it for. It depends on what type of car it is. Um, but liabilities, credit cards, cars. Some instance it could be houses. Other instance it could be shit. Man, I just had it right in my top of my brain right now. Fucking school loans are liabilities, man. It's gonna take money out of your pocket. Now, I'm gonna get into college, but I'm not gonna get into it right now. I'm gonna wait to the next episode for you to know how I feel about colleges. But right now, I'm telling you how I feel about jobs. Jobs is nothing but a rat race, cause you're going to work for a certain amount of money, and that's it, man. Like it's going to be a limitation on you because the person you work for is not going to allow you to make more money than they're making. Reason being is because they don't want you to leave them. So they're going to keep you right there. And people be chasing for like 50-cent raises like fucking a year. And it's like, what the fuck is a 50-cent raise, man? Like, be honest, like a 50-cent raise ain't shit. And then that's why most people go back to school, because they think that they go back to school, they're gonna get, more under their belt, and they're gonna get, better pay raise. But in reality, they're really not. They're going back to school to go pay another loan. Next thing you know, they fucking in debt over $100,000 in loans because they went back to school to try to um to get more money. So what I say is, instead of like going to school, read, man. Just read and you can become anything you want to become in this world. If you just get the knowledge in your brain and study financial literacy, man. It's all about financial literacy. It's not about all the education you're gonna get. Now, I'm not knocking education. If you love education, go for it. But education is a big money scheme, man. And the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, man. And that's one of the ways that the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Because the poor will go for school. And the rich, they teach their kids. Okay, I'm gonna say this. The poor and the middle class teaches their kids school, so you can work in the workforce. The rich teach their kids assets. So when later on down the road in life, you got all this fucking money sitting up, just building. You building. And that's how the rich stays rich and the poor stays poor. And then they always say, well, you don't tax the rich. Well, it's like, and this makes perfect sense. How do you tax the rich if the rich is not working for their money? They're investing their money. So most of the money that's coming in is assets. That's something that's bringing money in. So they shouldn't get taxed for it. They're not working for the money. But if you out there working a 9 to 5 every day, you're going to get taxed. And we're going to get on taxes, because taxes is some bullshit too. It's all about history, man. If you know the history about shit, you start to think like different about everything that's going on, man. So I'm gonna cut my first episode right here, cuz we almost at the 10-minute mark. And I'm gonna come back next week with some more stuff, or maybe in a couple of days, cuz this is feeling good right now. So, man, I love every single one of y'all. Hey, stay focused. Uh Read about assets and liabilities. But if you're going to do anything, invest into some assets so you can get some money back. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. Don't save your money. invest your money. Because if you save your money, you're going to end up spending it. You get me? Oh, another thing. I mean, I'm just so much shit coming into my brain. The rich, I'm right here, honey. I'm coming. The rich buy things last and the poor buys things first. All right, I'm signing out. Stone Nation. Cheer.